In addition to tracking and managing your work and doing your hike plan, there may be certain types of documents you want to be able to reference on a frequent basis. For example, something like a packing list or a menu that you might need for a particular recipe of something that you're going to cook on the trail. So it's not necessarily as easy to embed those directly into a Jira issue. You can absolutely do that, but in many cases it works better to use a complementary tool called Confluence. Confluence is effectively a knowledge management tool. It allows you to create documents and share them effectively of all kinds and sorts. And so we're going to go ahead and set up and use Confluence to create a packing list for our particular hike. So the first thing we're going to do is to create a space specifically for the hike. When we select to create a space, it brings up this option that allows us to look at different kinds of spaces. Depending upon the type of space that we choose, it may, for example, pre-populate our space with certain templates we can use to track and manage particular types of work. In this example, I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to treat this like a software project, even though we're not, even though we're just doing a hike plan. And I'm going to go ahead and say OK, and now it asks me whether I want to connect this with a particular Jira project, and I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to connect this with the hike planning project. This becomes then the hike planning space, and I'm going to go ahead and create the space. And so this has the effect not only of creating the space in Confluence, but linking it up with our project in Jira, which we can use to share issues or track other kinds of things that we want. So you'll notice when you create a software project space that it pre-populates a set of grouped pages that we can use. Here in this particular example, we may have the ability to create and save sets of meeting notes, requirements, file lists of various kinds, decision logs, retrospective capabilities, and of course you can create additional sets like this that you can use to create different types of pages. What I'm going to do is go ahead and create a brand new page. So I'm going to click to create the page, and I have some options around particular templates that I might be interested in using in making my page. So you'll look here to the right hand side. We have projects around meeting notes and project documentation. I'm going to go ahead and treat this like a meeting note because we're going to assume for a sample that we've actually used this to create our meeting list here. So we can go ahead and say that we want this as a meeting note. Notice it automatically populates in the date, adds it as meeting notes by default. We can change that if we want. Stamps the date and the participants. What are the goals that we had for the meeting? Planning the hike. And let's say we're planning the hike food items. Okay, and so now we'll go in and we'll add our discussion topics. And so maybe here the breakfast options we looked at included pancakes, sausage, eggs, and maybe some bagels or something like that. And then maybe for lunch we're going to do something a little bit lighter. And we're going to have something to the effect of sandwiches that we can prepare while we're on the trail. And then I can go on. Notice that by default sets me up with this kind of 2x2 table. I can just tab to add more lines and do this as much as possible. And maybe for dinner we're going to make chili, and we'll have some kind of cornbread or something, some cornbread stuffing, and maybe we'll do some kind of a peach cobbler for dessert or something like that. Okay, so you can go and you can create these documents. There are a bazillion different formats you can use. You can define in this particular template action items who gets assigned certain things, make records of certain key decisions that you've made. Once you've decided that you want to keep your document, you can go ahead and publish it. And at that point, it's published out. It's added to the list of documents. I could have put it under the meeting notes, and I can drag it in there if I want to. But now I have a document that's going to track and manage some of the decisions that we're going to make related to planning our meals for the hike. And so notice again that we have shortcuts here directly to hike planning. So I can go over to hike planning. For example, this takes me back to Jira, takes me back to my board, and let's go down here, for example, to our meal plan, right? And so you can see that our meal plan is, part of what we were working on over there when we actually were tracking and managing the creation of the particular capabilities here. So eventually what we'll want to be able to do is to link up the document that we created over in Confluence with this particular meal plan so that we make it easy for us to find our way back and forth to different pieces of the work as we need to. So there are a number of ways to link up the issue back to our Confluence page. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and select the drop-down box for link issue. We're going to select that we want to link to a Confluence page. We'll choose that we're looking at the Confluence page specifically for hike planning, and we're going to link it directly to the meeting notes that we just made, and we'll go ahead and create that link. What this does, as you can see, is populate the link directly in the Jira issue, so that if I'm in the middle of working on this issue and I want to go back and check, now what did we decide that we were going to do for breakfast? I can go ahead and click directly on the meeting notes, and notice it takes me directly into Confluence, directly into the page we were working on, and I can go quickly look up what decisions we made about what was for breakfast that day.